Who are a few of the strangest people in society we may just need to kick out? Would it be this woman who made false claims against a cop? Or maybe this guy who freaked out at the airport? How about this guy, the Prince of Norway, and his unsavory treatment of women? Or is it this girl who, let's just say, has a numbers goal in terms of short encounters? Let's get right to it, starting with number 6, false claims. Freddie Douglas, a 43-year-old former police officer, was accused of a serious crime that upended his life. He was arrested after Amanda Zawieruszynski, a neighbor of his close friend John Marks, claimed that both men forced themselves on her during a birthday gathering. These accusations not only led to Douglas's dismissal from the police department, but also forced him to sell his home and rely on his elderly mother to post bail. Douglas's reputation as a respected officer was destroyed, leaving him financially and emotionally devastated. At the heart of the incident was a night when Douglas, Marks, and Zawieruszynski were together at Marks' home. Apparently, it was one of those parties, if you know what we mean, and the trio had some consensual interactions, which were captured on Marks' security cameras. Despite the footage clearly showing that Zawieruszynski willingly participated in the events, the police moved forward with the charges against both men without reviewing the video for whatever stupid reason. So Douglas filed a lawsuit against the Manvel Police Department, saying that key evidence was deliberately ignored. The security footage, which had the potential to exonerate both him and Marks, was straight up ignored during the investigation. The lawsuit also claimed that the investigating officers discussed the footage at the scene, but chose not to follow up on it, instead pressing forward with the arrest. Eventually, the district attorney's office presented the case to a grand jury, which determined that the accusations lacked merit. The charges against Douglas and Marks were dropped, but by then, the damage to Douglas's life was already done. He lost his career, home, and much of his social support due to the fallout from the false accusations. Douglas now seeks justice through his lawsuit, which claims that the police ignored crucial evidence and acted recklessly. He hopes to reclaim his reputation and hold those responsible for the damage accountable. The thing is, once accusations like this are made, it almost doesn't matter whether they're true or not. Reputations get trashed and lives get ruined because we're all so quick just to cancel everyone. One of the great things about this country is that we're innocent until proven guilty, but society forgets that. And if you don't think that's a big deal, go to a country where it's the other way around. Ultimately, we're all for protecting victims and believing people when they say they're the victim of a crime, especially one as serious as Zawieruszynski claimed. But if these victims are caught lying, we do believe that the consequences should be far more severe since the accusations ruin lives. It goes without saying that undoubtedly, Zawieruszynski and the cops that willingly ignored critical evidence need to be kicked out of society. Number 5, the fake ticket. A traveler at Santiago's Nuevo Pudahuel airport found himself in a serious situation after finding out he had been scammed with a fake plane ticket. The man, whose identity hasn't been made public, was attempting to fly to Miami before continuing on his way to Haiti. When an airline employee told him that he couldn't board the flight, let's just say he didn't take the news well. Reaching into his work bag, the man pulled out a hammer and began smashing the check-in area. He destroyed multiple mounted TV screens and several computer monitors, causing an estimated $20,000 in damage. Bystanders filmed the entire incident, capturing the chaos as it unfolded. Authorities were soon on the scene, and airport security detained the man before handing him over to police. American Airlines confirmed the incident in a statement, noting that their team remained professional during the disruption. The company also apologized to travelers for any inconvenience caused by the event. Can you imagine seeing that at a check-in, though? You're sitting there, patiently standing in line, and this dude just starts freaking out and smashing stuff with a hammer? That's not something American Airlines owes anyone an apology for. That's a wild story for later. We might have even paid a little more for the in-line entertainment. While it's entertaining for people on the internet to watch the guy flip out the way he did, we do have to sympathize with him a bit. We're not condoning the behavior at all. We're just saying it may have been a really crappy situation for him because he may have spent what little he had trying to get home. It sucks getting scammed, but again, this type of behavior is not it. Number 4, not kicking cancer. Tara Inoka, a mother of 4 and professional kickboxer, has been charged with fraud after allegedly faking a cancer diagnosis to collect more than $25,000 through a GoFundMe campaign. According to authorities, Inoka claimed she was suffering from both breast and cervical cancer, using her story to gain sympathy and financial support. The fraudulent fundraiser, which ran from March to September 2021, attracted donations from over 500 people across 16 countries. In a now-deleted YouTube video, Inoka tearfully asked for help, claiming that she needed the funds to pay for life-saving treatments so she could be there for her children, which most people would undoubtedly feel is a worthy cause. The campaign quickly raised thousands, with supporters moved by her emotional plea. However, investigators discovered that instead of using the money for medical expenses, Inoka transferred the funds into her personal bank account. It's alleged she was never even diagnosed with the condition she claimed, and the entire campaign was built on a lie. Inoka has since been arrested and faces a charge of gaining benefit by fraud. GoFundMe, in response to the incident, has taken action by proactively refunding all donors and permanently banning her from using the platform for any future fundraisers. A spokesperson from GoFundMe emphasized their zero-tolerance policy for misuse and assured the public that their giving guarantee protects donors in situations like this. While little is known about Inoka's kickboxing career, she was reportedly set to compete in an upcoming championship. Her court case is ongoing as of the release of this video, and more details are expected to emerge as the investigation continues. Number 3, all natural distractions. Juliana Cortez, along with 2 others, wound up in the spotlight after a daring jewelry theft in Hallandale Beach, Florida. The 3 women, operating under aliases, met their target in an unexpected place, a Walgreens. What started as a casual conversation soon led to a much larger scheme. The man, who had just returned from the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, was heading home when he realized he needed a quick stop at the store. There, he crossed paths with Layla, Nikki, and Rose. Numbers were exchanged, and just a few hours later, the women called him, asking to Netflix and chill. What seemed like an innocent visit quickly took a turn. The trio apparently used some tactics involving some provocative behavior that would distract most men, ultimately making off with over $200,000 worth of jewelry, including a special edition Rolex and his late wife's gold ring. As if that wasn't enough, they also walked away with cash and other valuable items. Authorities easily connected the dots. Through a license plate reader at the victim's gated community, they tracked down the women's vehicle and linked a phone number used in the scam back to Cortez. She, along with her accomplices, were charged with grand theft and fraud. Despite her arrest and charges, Cortez has maintained her innocence and is currently out on bond. But the story doesn't end there. Law enforcement believes this likely isn't the trio's first time using this method to steal from someone. What's stupid about the whole thing was that this guy had one of their phone numbers. It's not as if he wasn't going to give it to police, who were immediately going to use that to track the girls down. The license plate reader was just gravy, because there was basically no way these chicks weren't getting caught if they're driving around with real plates. The lesson here really shouldn't be don't invite strangers you just met over to your place if you have a lot of expensive stuff lying around. And also, unless this guy was a real Prince Charming his whole life, his gut should have told him there was something wrong with much younger girls wanting to come over and hang out. Number 2, Unregal. Marius Borg Høiby, stepson of Crown Prince Haakon of Norway, has once again found himself in legal trouble, facing charges for breaching a restraining order. This marks his second arrest in just over a month, following an earlier incident where he admitted to harming his ex-girlfriend. While the Norwegian royal family tries to maintain their composure, the situation continues to unfold with new developments involving more victims coming forward. After his initial arrest, 3 more women, including former partners, came forward to report abusive incidents. These accusations are about previous incidents of psychological and physical mistreatment during their relationships with him, because this guy's a real winner. The most recent arrest stems from Hoiby allegedly contacting his former girlfriend despite a legal order forbidding any communication. The police were alerted after it was reported that he reached out to her from an undisclosed phone number. Although Hoiby's legal team denied the claims, the evidence was pretty cut and dry, and he was taken into custody again. This incident has sparked additional allegations, with 3 other women, including 2 of Hoiby's former partners, also stepping forward to accuse him of abusive behavior. Hoiby's troubling actions have cast a shadow over the Norwegian royal family. Despite his mother, Crown Princess Mette-Marit, publicly supporting him through his struggles with mental health and substance misuse problems, many Norwegians are losing patience. The royal family, once beloved by the people, now face growing discontent over the actions of the so-called black sheep. Beyond the legal issues, this situation has reignited a public debate about the relevance of royal families in modern society. Many have started questioning whether public funds should continue to support the lavish lifestyles of royals, especially when individuals like Hoiby seem to contribute little to society, let alone cover legal expenses. While Norway's royal family historically enjoyed strong support, incidents like this have weakened their standing, particularly among younger generations. In the US, the closest thing to quote-unquote royalty are ridiculous celebrities and reality stars, the types of people who are taken far too seriously. But the situation isn't quite the same since US tax dollars don't go to celebrities. But what do you think about the concept of royal families today and public funds supporting them? Are the royals just an outdated and archaic institution of freeloaders that should be dismantled? Or are they part of a rich cultural heritage that should be preserved? Number 1. Numbers goals. Annie Knight, an OnlyFans creator, decided she needed more attention, so she set some ambitious goals around her personal life. Known as Australia's most promiscuous woman, Annie initially set a target of hooking up with 300 men in 2023. After meeting that challenge, she upped the ante the next year by changing her goal to 600 in 2024. So far, she claims to have reached 480 encounters, leaving her with just 120 more encounters before the year ends. However, Annie insists that her standards haven't slipped, despite the increase in numbers. Yeah, she sounds real picky. Annie uses an application system to screen potential partners where she asks for basic details such as their name and age, and also requires them to agree to health checks. She emphasizes that she's not in a rush and prefers to take things slowly, which we guess is a relative term, all things considered. Annie notes that she's had to pause her application process due to overwhelming interest, with thousands of submissions flooding in within just 24 hours. You don't say. But Annie's journey isn't about her personal life. Her success on OnlyFans has brought her significant financial gain. Once earning a modest salary in marketing, she now brings in millions and has purchased several properties across Australia. These include a luxurious home on the Gold Coast and other investment properties. Annie credits her rise to her ability to market herself authentically while staying open about her lifestyle. Because that's what all these dudes care about with her, right? It's her authenticity. Annie's story, however, hasn't always been glamorous. She has openly discussed her struggles with body image and bullying during her school years. She battled an eating disorder for over a decade before finding confidence through her success on OnlyFans. Annie is candid about her past and hopes to inspire others to embrace their own journeys, regardless of societal judgment. She claims that her family, including her parents, fully support her choices. This is where most people would probably say, we're sure her father is proud? Well, she claims that the support of her parents has played a significant role in her confidence. Despite criticism from some, Annie continues to embrace her identity, showing no signs of slowing down in her career or her personal challenges. What do you think? Is her lifestyle something to be shown off and celebrated in society? On one hand, it's her life, and she's not hurting anyone by doing what she's doing, even though the numbers are insane. Remember, there's only 365 days in a year, and she's already at 400 plus with 3 months left to go. You do the math. On the other hand, do we really need more people spreading it around like that for more attention? Unsavory comments aside, if she's not hurting anyone, it really isn't anyone's business how she lives her life. What we're talking about is her need to put it out for public scrutiny and whether or not her lifestyle should be celebrated. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Click to watch one of these next videos. Let us know in the comments section what superpower you'd rather have. The ability to be world-class in any skill instantly the moment you choose, or the ability to teleport anywhere instantly.